All right, just because Jasper asked for another video or more videos, here's something that I was going to maybe get into in week one. We might be getting a little bit ahead of ourselves yet, so don't feel overwhelmed or anything like that. This is just for fun, and we can get into this more later on in detail. I love to play this guitar. This is one of my favorites to play. It's that nylon strings. It's easier to play when you don't play a whole lot, which I really don't. Um, but um, the fretboard is fancy, so it might not be as easy for you to see or understand. So let me know if it's better to go with one of the other ones that has the dots. Most fretboards, this is called the fretboard. You have, like I said, the first fret, second fret, third fret. Most fretboards have dots. On this, a lot of guitars, most guitars, I think, have dots on the side of what's called the neck. Okay, and you'll have dots. A lot of times there's dots here. So let me know if this one's hard to follow along with. Otherwise, this is my favorite, and I like to play this one. But anyways, third fret usually has a dot. Fifth fret usually has a dot. Seventh fret, ninth fret, 10, 11, 12th fret usually has two dots. And we'll get into why it's called an octave, and that's E and E. But that's all stuff we'll get into later. But anyways, with that said, here's just a fun thing to try. Fifth fret, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth fret, third fret, first fret, open. Open means we're picking with no fingers on a fret. That's open. So if you go open, E, A, or E, A, D, G, B, E, said in that first video. And let me go back a little bit on that. I said that that's not important now. It is important when you get that phone app out for your tuner, or we get a little battery-powered tuner. But when you tune, that's very important to know. E, A, D, G, B, E. Always want to be in tune. But we'll get into all that later. That's just important for tuning for now. So, fifth fret, first fret, fifth, third, first, open. Fifth, third, first, open. And you can go fifth, third, first, open. You're going to get the elbow out and try to be on your tips. What I mean by tips, if you look at my finger real close, maybe you can see a line sometimes. So maybe not. Draw it. You go for a while there. That's what we're looking for when I say tips. Not here. That string should be right there. Okay. So, and maybe try starting with your middle finger because that's the strongest one now. But one thing cool about the guitar is, like I said, E, A, D, G, B, E. That's the same note. E and then E. We'll get into all that later, the music stuff, but that's the same note. So if it's easier to try it on the high E and not the low E, go fifth, third, first, open. Fifth, third, first, open. And then I'll do the chords with that. That's, let's see, fifth, let's see what I can do right. Fifth, third, first, open. Fifth, third, first, open. And that is that E that we just learned, E. That's a open E when you play it fully, and we'll get into that in a few weeks. E. Fifth, third, open, and you're going. Fifth, third, first, open. Fifth, third, first, open. Or if it's easier, fifth, third, first, open. Fifth, third, first, open. And then when next time we see Grandpa, You're gonna have fun with him and tell him to hit the road, Jack. Don't come back no more, no more, no more, no more. We don't want that to happen for Grandpa, but he'll think that's funny and he'll like it. But hit the road, Jack. 5th, 3rd, 1st, open. There you have it. Love you, buddy. Keep practicing.